All right, so today my new printer showed up. The box is actually quite nice. It says, "Welcome to Snapmaker family." It just goes over that it's eco-friendly packaging. So today's the first time I'm opening it is with you guys. From all the other videos I see, their packaging is still really nice. Comes with the starter guide, some stickers, really nice foam. Here's the linear modules, the 5 of them. All right, then it looks like we got some filament, the power module. This is actually quite nice packaging. Tools and accessories. Looks like just a filler piece because I did get the F350 model instead of the A350. So we only get the one 3D print tool head, the screen and the controller, the platform, it looks like the adapters and brackets, the, I'm guessing, power cable, and then this must be the main base plate. All right, give me a minute and I'll be back once I get it all organized on the table. All right, so we're gonna start by opening the quick start guide. And pulling that out. All right, that is out. Discard the packaging. A really nice colored pictures. Goes over the disclaimers and stuff. What should have been inside the box. And the assembly instructions. All right. So we'll start with the first part of the assembly instructions. It says pull out the base plate, which I believe is in this box. I've already cut the sticker just to make things a little bit easier to film with one hand. It does look like it is still cast aluminum. Here's the stickers. It's a 2.0 and it is labeled an F350. Still has the Snapmaker logo on the front. And then the next thing we're gonna open is gonna be the tools and the accessories, just to see what's in here. All right, it comes with the toolbox, like all of the higher end models that they sell do. We'll get into that in a second. It also looks like it comes with the filament holder. So we are going to pull that out and just set it off to the side for right now. Toss that box into the main shipping box. The next thing we're going to unload is going to be the 5 linear rails. Just like the other models, it does have 2 shorter ones and 3 longer ones. It all says right here. So give me a minute, I'll be right back to you as soon as I get all those opened up. All right, next we're going to open up the toolbox. So it has 2 calibration cards. We'll save those for later. It has all the screws and fasteners you're going to need, and along with all of your tools. We are going to pull out the screwdriver And it looks like we need some M4x10 screws to screw on the feet, so we need the feet as well. M4x10, so we'll pull those out. Let's see. Comes with an included flash drive. Here are the feet. So we will put this back aside for right now. Now that we have the things we do need out, let's open up the screwdriver and take a look at it. Sorry, give me just 1 second. It's a little hard to do one-handed. All right, open up the feet while we're at it. All right, so it does look like the M10 screws we actually do need are already with the feet. So we will just put these ones back with the box for right now. We will open up the screwdriver and we will find the correct associated driver to go with the Allen head here. Looks like it's going to be that one. We will put all of these back. This is a really nice screwdriver so far. Has a nice little way to hold your bits. Nice little metal screwdriver as well. So we'll go ahead and we will put that in the screwdriver. Like I said, a little difficult to do some things one-handed. Okay. So if we look at the picture, it says go ahead and flip the main base plate upside down. I'm going to go ahead and set these out of the way for right now so that we can use the main base plate. All right, with the main base plate upside down, each of these go in this corner here, these corners here. So just kind of set it in place. They are kind of a cushiony foot, so just remember they will kind of crunch a little bit under pressure. So just go ahead and just run them down about hand tight, about right there. And then just go ahead and do all four. I'm just going to knock those out real quick. Nice and snug. And we're just doing up the last one right now. All right, just double check, make sure you got them all snug. All right, with that step done, we will go ahead and look at the next step. It says all the modules must be assembled in their intended position. Identify two of the modules that say 20 millimeter right here on the side. They will be for the Y-axis. Okay, so that's, we're gonna slide this off to the side. And right here, this is one of the ones that says 20 millimeter, along with the other one that says 20 millimeter. It says stand them up on end. And with them on end, it says to put them together like this and align these two plates. A little difficult to do one-handed. And then once these two are perfectly aligned like so, it says that they are done. It says attach the Y-axis platform. Do not tighten the screws all the way up until step 6. It says we're going to need the M4x8s. So we're going to go back to the toolbox we're going to find the package that says M4 by 8. It says we're going to need 8 of those to attach it to the frame. And it says that we need the heated bed frame. All right, so I got my 8 screws right there. We're just gonna put these ones back in the bag. A little difficult, once again, one-handed. Sorry guys, I'm a little nervous. This is the first video I'm making. All right, we're just gonna say screw it and put them up over there. Okay, so let's pull out that platform. I believe that is in this box right here. So we are going to take a look at this. This is the build sheet, and it is actually quite a large build sheet. Looks like it's 340 by 320. We'll set that off to the side for right now. Here is the heated bed for the printer as well. We'll set that off to the side. And then this is the frame that it is referring to. So this is the one that the platform attaches to. So we're going to turn it upside down like it shows in the picture. If you look, you can kind of see the little notches. So those notches are right here. Let me get this box out of my way. Okay, and following its directions, it looks like we are going to bolt the linear rails to this plate. It does show where the screws are going to go. That is this hole, these holes here, and these holes here. So with the cords, I'm just going to do the cords facing the back. It is going to be the easiest for making a video. And then just go ahead and line them up. If you look down, you can kind of get that the holes are lined up right there. So once again, we're going to grab the right screwdriver, the right bit for these screws. And it says do not fully tighten these. So we're not going to fully tighten them. We're just going to set them in like so, and just kind of run them down a little bit at a time until they're just snug, and then I like to back off a quarter turn. So I'm going to get all these put in, and then I'll be right back with you. All right, and we're back. All 8 screws are in. They are still left a little loose. All right, we're going to see what's next. It says with this piece still facing flat down, we're going to put the main build plate on, and then it shows us where we are going to attach it. It says we're also going to use the M4 by 8 screws, so the same screws to attach the linear rails to the base. So let me go ahead and get that all set up real quick. Alright, and go ahead and take orientation here. So we want the cables along the back side where the holes are, so that's this side right here. So we want this whole thing with the cables to the back to be all the way facing the back. So let me get it all repositioned. This thing actually has some heft to it already. Alright. Now with the cables facing the back, I'm just going to tuck them down behind my table for right now. And then I am going to set this plate on top, like that. This plate does have indentions for these linear rail modules. So go ahead and line it, push it until it lines up, like so. Once it is all lined up, you can double check to make sure you are with your screw holes. This one is a little off, so we're going to adjust the linear rail just a hair and make sure that they're all lined up perfectly. Then we're going to grab our screws, go ahead and just drop them in the holes. This step is going to take 8 per rail, so a total of number of 16. I'm just going to dump out a few right here. I'm just going to go ahead and keep setting them on in. All right. We're just going to start with these 8. I'll get them started, and then I will just get them all started. So you just want to go run them down, not super tight. Just run them down snug too. Does not say tighten them all the way. Let me double check the instructions, and I'll get them all put in here, and then I will bring you guys back as soon as they are all tightened down. All right, and we're back. I did get all those kind of just ran in there a little snug. Then it says that we are going to make sure that our rails were sitting correctly. I already did that. Then it says make sure you tighten down the ones to the main build plate that we did earlier that we had to leave loose. Just make sure they're lined up with these holes. Then you can go ahead and stick your screwdriver down in and just give them a good old snugging. Like that. It is a little difficult to eyeball this. Let's see if this one is all lined up. So I'm just going to take care of that real quick. I will be right back as soon as those are all snug. All right, so next it says we are going to pull these 2 brackets out, which are in the box labeled adapters and brackets. Each box says make something wonderful on it. Go ahead and get these 2 brackets pulled out of here, like so. And then we'll get this put back off to the side. It says that we are going to use some M4x8s. And these are going to go into this indentation right here. So let me get those aligned up and get some screws in them, and I will bring you back as soon as it's done. All right, so those brackets that we're putting on go to these screw holes here and these screw holes here. I am going to get this one all lined up. I'm going to just turn the plate so it's a little easier to show you guys. What you do is just remember that this side needs to face your linear rail. So when you go ahead and you stick it up underneath here like this, just make sure it is all lined up. Double check your screw holes are lined up. With the other one in place already, it makes it a little easier to show you guys. So I do apologize for the just putting you guys away so quickly. You just go ahead and set your screws on in into the holes. Grab your little screwdriver and go ahead and just crank down on the screws. Run them in snug, and then I like to back them off a quarter turn. It does say leave them a little loose for when you go to put your upright rails on. So we're just going to run it down, back it up on all 4 of these. Okay, with all of these being ran in and backed off just a little bit so that they have some movement, we will just kind of show you guys that movement. It's very minor. Then it says that we need to attach the touch screen base, and that one is going to go, it looks like there is 2 holes in the front of the plate, right under next to off to this side. You can see the 2 holes. Let me go ahead and find that plate real quick, and I will bring you guys back as soon as I have it. All right, so I found the bracket that we need. It is was in the touchscreen and controller box, and like I said, that is just going to go right here with these 2 screws. So I'm just going to pull it forward a little bit. I'm going to get my 2 screws out of my bag. All right, with that being said, I'm just going to kind of drop one in to help me hold it as I go. So there's my first one in. And then the bracket, I'm just going to run it up from the bottom side of my table here. Kind of line up my first screw hole right here on the edge. With that being done, I'm just going to hold it there and screw it in. Give me just a minute and I'll bring you back in as soon as I have it held on a little bit. All right, and then with those 2 screws in, I just ran them nice and snug. So we are going to see what is next. All right, it says to identify the 2 linear models with laser printed lead 8mm, they will be the Z-axis. So we are going to find those in our modular pile right here. Lead 8mm 360 stroke. Okay, that's 1. And that's 2. And then this one is the third 20mm, and that is going to be for the gantry. Let me go ahead and get my platform all flipped over. I will bring you guys right back. All right, so that's going to be kind of a fun one to show you guys what to do. Just because we got to access the screws from the bottom. So I'm just going to give this plate about a quarter turn on my table. That way I can kind of run it over the edge a little bit to access my screws and where the cables come through. So the first one, what we're going to do is we're going to have to take the rubber band off the cable. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. With the rubber band off the cable, what you want to do is just fish it through this hole. Once it's fished through this hole, go ahead and pull it down. I want to kind of try to keep mine nice and square. With that being there, then you want to kind of set it right here. This is why you left these brackets loose in the first place, is so that they can move a little bit here. It's very minimal, but it's so that you can square these up. So once the cord is ran down, it does say that we are going to take an M4x8 and we are going to attach it here at these 6 points. So let me go ahead and get a couple screws in this one and get it all held up there so that it doesn't fall. And I'll bring you guys right back. All right, we're back. We got the 6 screws in here and the 6 screws in there. We have all 4 cords pushed out the back for right now. We are going to look at the instructions and see what it wants to have us do next. So right now it just says, all right, we got that done. Now it says that we are going to put the M4 screws in on the bottom side. So I'm going to go ahead and lean this forward and get it to where we can attach those as well. So I'm just going to pull it back towards me as far as I can, lean it forward until it can lean against those rails gently. And then we are going to put those 4 screws in here and here. And then I am going to also tighten these rails at this moment. I will bring you guys back as soon as I have that done. All right, so I got all these ones here and here on the linear rails all tightened up. I did get these 4 installed and left them loose. It says leave them loose, that in step 15 we will tighten them up. So then it says that we are going to flip it back over to its bottom. I'm going to set you guys down for a second while I do that. I'm going to leave it sideways for the time being. It says that it wants us to push these as all the way down, and they do have quite a bit of tension to them. They do move. It's just nice and slow. And that is as far as that one will go. So then we will do the other side as well. And that's as far as that one will go. It says that we are going to pull the bed platform all the way forward. Right there. And once that is done, we are moving on to the next one. It says we are going to attach the final linear rail to it and set it into place using some M4x8 screws. So let me go ahead and get this all readjusted and get that rail up here, and I will bring you guys back as soon as it is. All right, guys, I do apologize. I did run 2 screws in. Make sure your cord with it facing backwards is off to your left-hand side. I did run the screw in just to hold the rail in place. There will be one here. Make sure it is the second hole in. Then that will line up this one, and this one, along with this one, this one, this one, and that one. And then just go ahead and run your screws in on those. I'll bring you guys back as soon as I have them all in. Right, and then next the instructions say to tighten all 12 of these screws that you put into the backside right here. Just run them in nice and snug. Give them all a nice snug up where we ran them in pretty tight and then just came back a quarter turn. Just kind of give them a nice little snug on all 6. On that side, and then the last 6 on this side as well. All right, just about finished up. That top one, the middle, and the bottom all snugged up. So then we're going to check what it says next to do in the instructions. Next, it says we are to tighten the screws on the bottom of these 2 uprights. So with that being said, I am going to pull it back towards me and let it overhang a little bit. You guys, sorry guys, won't be able to see this. I'm going to tighten those up and then I will bring you right back. All right, so I went ahead and I tightened up the 4 on each of these rails from the bottom, along with the 4 that are on hold these mounting brackets. It then says to go ahead and lift the Z axis all the way to the top, so we are going to do so. So I'm just going to grab it right here in the middle and kind of give it a slight tug up. And this is just to make sure your rails are just aligned. Just take some time. Just go ahead and run it all the way to the very top like it says. It'll take a second. It'll stop once it's all the way there. Okay. Then we are going to turn the page. And it says that we need to pull out the little adapters. So we're going to pull those out. The first one is for the Y carriage. And then we need one of the cable extensions. So let me get all those pulled out and then I will bring you guys back. All right, we're back. We got the cable labeled Y like that says. And we got our module out. It looks just like this one. It's just a 2-in-1 module. It is not currently attached yet. It says we should wire up the wires from the Y carriage and this wire. It's going to feed down through here, across, up, and into there. So I'm going to get all these ran real quick and then I'll bring you back. All right, so I got the 2 Y-axis ran to it. Following the book, I got this one ran and it comes out over here. And now it says we are going to take some M4x30 screws, that's this bag, and we're going to attach that module down. It says we need 4 of them. So let me go ahead and get 4 out real quick. All right. And then these are going to just slide in there like so. One there, one there, one here. And the last one goes here. And once they are in place, you're going to align it up like that with these screw holes. And then I'm just going to attach these and then I will bring you guys back. All right, so those are all attached. It's nice and snug. So the next we're going to take these 2 linear rails according to the instructions. And we are going to feed their wires from here to here. I already did that for us. We're going to take this next module and we're going to take the wire that is labeled Z axis and we're going to put that on here. Let me get the rubber bands off of that. And then we will go ahead and attach that and these to it and get it all screwed down. I'll bring you guys back as soon as that is done. All right, and next it says that we can do cable management, but we are going to skip that for right now. We are going to then attach this main power hub. This is Snapmaker. It also does say make something wonderful on it. We're going to go ahead and attach that right here to this linear rail. Once I get that attached using some M4x30 screws, I will bring you guys right back. All right, we're back and that is attached. We're going to go ahead and pull off of the X axis, and it does look like we are going to pull this little grommet. Hopefully you don't pull that hard. Off. Not from this side. Let me fix this and I will be right back. All right, sorry about that. We are going to pull these caps. Just give them a nice quarter turn, half turn, push them out of the way. We got X, Y, and Z. We're gonna take our X axis. This is the first one of the bunch, and it is going to plug into the top one. Then we got your Ys. They are also going to plug into the second one. And then we are going to feed our Z1 over and plug it right here. Give me just a minute, I'll get that done, and then I'll bring you guys back. All right, now that those are all in order, we are going to attach the screen. And it looks like the screen goes on which is right here. We're just going to verify the end of the plug that has, just to make sure we pull the right plug. It is just a USB-C, so we are going to double check which one it is supposed to go in, and it looks like it is supposed to go in this back USB-C plug hole right here. So we will get that plugged in. We will then run the wonderful touch screen to its home, and it just magnetizes right there. With it being there, it does say we need to unbox the power supply and the power cord for that. So let me get those done out and then I'll bring you guys back. All right, so I got the power supply out right here. I just set it up here for easier viewing for you guys. I got the power cord, and then this is the power to the module here. That cord runs and goes right here. So you got the screen, you got the power supply, you got Z, Y, and X. That gets us past number 24. It says make sure the power switch is off. We've already done that. And now it says that the printer is assembled and we are ready to start calibrating. So let me go ahead and get this all cleaned up and set up and get it ready to start calibrating. I will bring you guys back at that point. Thank you. All right, so where we got with the power supply all hooked up, it did not include putting the print head on. So I went looking through the instructions and found where it shows the instructions. So we are going to go ahead and attach the print head and the associated cable for the print head, and that's going to mount to this linear rail. I will get it attached and I will bring you guys back. All right, next it says we need to attach the filament spool holder. So it says we need some M4x10s, which we got right here. And that's going to attach to the top two screw holes right here. So we're gonna get that attached and all assembled. And then once that is assembled, I will get back with you and continue the setup. All right, next it shows us how to install the heated build plate. So we are going to get the M4x10 flathead screws. That is these ones right here. And we are going to flip this around and attach the build plate to it. So give me just a minute, let me get it flipped around and start attaching it, and I'll bring you guys back. All right, I got it all flipped around. We're just gonna put a screw in all of these holes and go ahead and tighten them all down. So let me get the screws out. I just dumped out quite a few, because there is quite a few mounting points. So I'm just gonna start kind of setting these in their holes. And then I will get them all screwed in and bring you guys back. All right, so I got the heat in bed and then the sheet put on. I got the area kind of cleaned up a little bit. Got the power supply and everything plugged in. It is powered on currently. Just waiting for the screen to light up. It has not come on yet, so I may have to double check some things, but I am sure that it is nothing serious, almost. So I will double check. Maybe I have it plugged into the wrong port, and then I'll be right back.